Be prepared, or it's already happening. This isn't an update, it's a warning. If you've felt off lately, the moon is why. Not just tired, not just distracted, you're being pulled, and it's not random. Something in the sky is shifting. Something under your skin is responding. Maybe you've noticed the signs, lights flickering, dreams that wake you in silence, that strange pressure behind your eyes. No reason, no cause. Just there. You might think it's stress, but it's not. It's the signal, and I'll explain why later. But first, you need to know this. The moon doesn't ask. It pulls, it drags, it forces truth out of you, ready or not. This week, it's not just full. It's activated. You'll feel it before you understand it. A quiet sense that something is about to snap. You don't need to believe in astrology for it to touch you. This is ancient, this is real, this is happening with or without your permission. You're not crazy, you're not weak, you're waking up, you're being recalibrated. If you stay until the end, you'll understand what that pressure is trying to say. You'll see why everything that's falling apart right now might be falling into place, but only if you're still enough to hear it. Stick around, you'll see soon. If any part of this already feels true, comment 777 right now. That's not random either. Let's begin. The moon isn't just shining, it's scanning, watching, pulling things to the surface you thought were buried for good. This week, it doesn't rise to soothe you. It rises to stir something deep. You might feel unsettled, like your thoughts are louder, messier, harder to control. That's not in your head. The moon's energy is targeting the things you've been hiding, even from yourself. Hidden thoughts, repressed emotions, unfinished choices you keep pushing off. It's not subtle, it's personal. You'll notice your mind circling the same memory, the same regret, the same what if. That's not overthinking. That's the moon pressing on the pressure points you thought were gone. It's a mirror without light. It doesn't show your reflection. It shows what your reflection won't admit. This lunar energy isn't here to comfort you. It's here to call you out. Maybe that's why you've been dreaming of people you haven't thought of in years. Maybe that's why conversations feel heavier, more loaded. You're being shown something, and the worst part, you already know what it is. You just didn't want to look. Now, you don't have a choice, because this moon is reflecting what you can't unsee. It's holding a spotlight over the corners of your life where you've been pretending not to look. It's not random. It's not gentle. It's not asking for your permission, and I'll show you what that means in a moment. But first, feel into that tension, the one behind your chest, the one that's been building all week. That's not anxiety, that's activation. Keep listening. You're not broken, you're being revealed. This isn't the end of something. It's the start of something you forgot you were. The moon right now isn't punishing you. It's peeling off the version of you that was built to please, to survive, to be accepted. But it was never the real you. That version is cracking now, and I know you feel it. Maybe that's why your emotions are louder. Maybe that's why you feel like you're watching yourself from the outside, like your mind and body aren't syncing. That's not dysfunction. That's disconnection from a role that no longer fits. You're not malfunctioning. You're waking up. That voice in your head that's been getting louder lately, the one that questions everything, that's not doubt. That's decoding. That's the deeper part of you, rising from under layers of noise, the part that never agreed to play small, the part that remembers who you were before the world told you to shrink. You're not tired. You're being emptied. Everything heavy, it's being flushed. That confusion you feel, that's not a problem. That's a symptom of recalibration. You're being wiped clean of identities that were downloaded into you, family patterns, social masks, trauma responses. The moon is surfacing what you buried to keep the peace, but keeping the peace almost cost you your own. Now it's different. The pressure, the dreams, the random waves of emotion, it's not chaos. It's a signal. This moon is a mirror without light. It doesn't show your face, it shows your programming. And when you finally see it for what it is, you can choose something else. You're not falling behind in life. You're actually ahead because your mask is falling off before most people even realize they're wearing one. You're not late, you're early. And early always feels lonely. Let it feel strange, let it burn, let it scrape off everything you faked to be loved. Because what's left after that, that's the part of you the moon came for. That's the part that doesn't explain itself anymore. Stick around, I'll explain why this shift had to happen now and what it's clearing space for next. You're not being ruined, you're being revealed. Feeling tired for no reason, like you slept but didn't rest. That's not just fatigue, that's frequency overload. Your body is trying to catch up with something your mind hasn't fully understood yet. You're not lazy, you're sinking. Waking up at 3:33 or 4:44, that's not just bad sleep, that's activation. Your system is getting pinged at the same hours because something in you is responding, not just to time, but to energy. Those hours are coded. You're being nudged awake on purpose. Head pressure that moves around your skull like a shifting storm. Eyes burning for no reason. Feeling like your ears are picking up tones or ringing that no one else hears. That's not your imagination. That's real. Your senses are adjusting. You're not breaking. You're expanding. Notice how electronics around you are acting up. Glitches, phones freezing, apps crashing, lights flickering. Even glass breaking without a clear reason. These aren't just tech problems, this is interference. When your energy changes fast, the field around you changes too, and sometimes that means the old stuff can't hold. Conversations are cracking, people are ghosting, or suddenly lashing out. You're not cursed, you're being cleared. When energy rises, misalignment gets loud. Objects break because your field is too strong for what used to feel stable. Relationships break because you're shifting out of the pattern that created them. You're not imagining it. You're not alone. Comment 777 right now if any of this has been happening to you. The times, the pressure, the disconnect, the flickers, the strange silence that suddenly feels heavy. This moon is pulling more than your mood. It's pulling your nervous system into realignment. You're not being punished, you're being tuned. You don't have to understand it fully for it to be real. Some of what you're feeling can't be explained in words, because it isn't intellectual. It's energetic. It's like your soul is running ahead, and your body is just trying to keep up. I'll explain why this matters right after this, and why it's all happening now, not later. The timing is everything. Don't click away. What's coming next will connect the dots in ways you didn't expect. Keep listening. Moon meets Saturn under Gemini's shadow. This isn't poetry. This is pressure. And if you've been feeling like the past is crawling up your spine, it is. Emotions you buried 6 months ago are rising now. Not softly, loudly, without warning, without apology. You're not overreacting. You're remembering, but not with words, with weight, with dreams, with sudden flashbacks that hit like waves. This isn't nostalgia. It's retrieval. The moon doesn't just shine light. It pulls threads, and right now it's pulling the exact ones you thought had been cut. It's not asking if you're ready. It's checking if you're real. There's something eerie about this phase. Like someone watching you from the inside, like a mirror that only reflects what you're trying not to see. You forget how you felt, but remember the moment you decided to forget. It's like memory loss, but only for emotions. You can recall the facts, but the feelings are scrambled. Until now. Because this moon, it rearranges timelines. It doesn't care what you buried. It cares what you're still carrying. Everything you left unfinished, emotionally, spiritually, even silently, is showing up again, but distorted, shifted. It's testing how you respond to echoes. You might notice synchronicities stacking, repeating numbers, songs that hit too hard, words in conversations that sound like code. It's all part of the pattern loop you're in. And no, it's not random. It never was. There's a reason this week feels different. Time isn't working the same way. You'll swear something happened yesterday that was actually months ago, or remember something from childhood like it just happened. The moon is blurring the edges of logic on purpose. To see what breaks through, stick around. I'll reveal what the moon is actually testing you for, and what it means if you're feeling it this intensely. What's happening now isn't for everyone, but if you're still here, it's definitely for you. This isn't burnout, it's energetic formatting. What you're feeling isn't failure, it's a reset in progress. You're not meant to push through it, you're meant to pause inside it. Your system is being emptied, not because it's broken, but because it's full. Too full of noise, of memory, of identities you never agreed to. That pressure behind your eyes, that heaviness in your limbs, it's the signal of a full system. Being wiped clean, not wiped out, wiped clean. This isn't exhaustion, it's a reboot. And yeah, it's uncomfortable, because rest doesn't always feel like peace. Sometimes it feels like glitching. You're the device. The moon is the update. Every wave of fatigue, it's the file cleanup before your next software installs. Emotional lag, that's the space clearing. You're making room for something your conscious mind hasn't downloaded yet. And it's okay if you don't have words for it. You're not being lazy, you're being reformatted. That fog in your head, that pause in motivation, that pull to do nothing even when your to-do list is screaming. That's not failure. That's the system saying, wait, this version of you is no longer needed, and so it shuts down. For maintenance, this moon isn't here to motivate you. It's here to uninstall everything that doesn't belong in the next chapter. The upgrade won't arrive with fireworks. It starts with quiet, with things falling off, with people disappearing, with parts of you no longer responding the way they used to. Because you're not the same frequency anymore. You might notice strange dreams, vivid, disjointed. You might be pulled to old memories you haven't touched in years. That's the data being reviewed before the wipe. This isn't depression. This is depth. Let yourself stop. You're not being punished for slowing down. You're being invited to stop resisting. And what comes next might feel even stranger. Because after formatting comes the download, and what's on its way to you isn't random. It's written in. Stay with me. I'll show you what's being installed and how to tell when the new code activates. Keep listening. Some of you will feel panic. Some of you already are. A tight chest for no reason. Sudden dread with no clear cause. You're not imagining it. You're feeling the moon's grip. It doesn't just light up the sky. It lights up your shadows. This moon drags out the voices you silenced, the fears you pushed down, the questions you've avoided. Not to harm you, but to make you hear them. This is when old versions of you start knocking. The anxious you, the angry you, the confused, doubtful, emotional you that you've tried to leave behind. But listen closely, they're not here to take over. They're here to be seen one last time. And yeah, it might feel like chaos. Mood swings, crying out of nowhere, sudden frustration that flares without warning. You're not regressing, you're releasing. This is the fear curve, and it's steep, but you're not falling, you're unfolding. Because while the panic rises, something else begins to surface too. The real you, the part that was never broken, the part that watched you hide and waited. This moon doesn't just bring darkness, it brings duality, a choice, a test. You'll either break through or break open, and if you feel like you're cracking, you are. But that's how light gets. And this isn't about fixing anything. It's about revealing what didn't need fixing in the first place. Your emotions aren't problems, they're messengers. And this week, they're loud on purpose. You might feel alone, but you're not. Millions are feeling this wave right now. In silence, in confusion, in the same strange rhythm. I'll show you which path you're on soon, and what it means if you're riding this fear curve hard right now. Keep listening. The signs are clearer than you think. Things are breaking. And not just emotionally. You might have noticed lights flickering, electronics glitching, phones freezing, messages unsent, alarms not going off. That's not random. That's energy. Releasing. objects breaking, energy clearing. When something shatters around you, especially glass or tech, it's often the physical fallout of invisible pressure being pushed out of your space. It's not bad luck, it's release. You might run into an old friend, someone from a different life, a different version of you. That's not nostalgia, that's a timeline review. The moon is pulling your threads back through moments you didn't finish emotionally. Not to hurt, to highlight, missed calls, unread messages, plans suddenly cancelled. These aren't just inconveniences, they're space makers. You're being pulled out of loops you don't need to repeat. Even if it feels personal, it isn't. It's physics. Dimensional turbulence isn't just a phrase, it's a thing. And you're in it. That feeling where time skips, memory feels foggy, conversations feel unreal. It's because your frequency is shifting faster than your physical reality can keep up. You're not crazy. The signal is just messy right now. The noise is high. You're trying to tune in while the frequency keeps resetting. And that disorientation, that's alignment. Stillness isn't laziness. It's listening. If your body wants rest, give it. If your thoughts are scattered, pause. You're not meant to understand everything in real time. You're meant to feel what the logic can't catch yet. Doors are opening in strange ways. Through accidents, through silence, through the collapse of what seemed stable, and it's okay. Because collapse creates access. Pay attention to what breaks, who returns, what disappears. These are the signs. This is the movement. This is the moon showing you what's no longer part of your structure. The message is clear. Nothing breaks without purpose right now. Nothing returns by accident. You're being shown, not punished. Watch what shifts. Then watch what stays. That's your clue. Keep listening. The next part gets even stranger. Each full moon is a portal. But this one doesn't just shine. It scans. It searches. It selects. It doesn't open quietly. It swings wide like a door in a storm. And if you're feeling shaken, it's because you're standing right in the threshold. This moon doesn't ask questions. It doesn't wait for permission. It reacts to vibration, to truth, to the version of you that you're actually embodying, not the one you perform. It checks who you've become and who you're still pretending to be. And the results don't come through words, they come through friction. If you've felt disconnected lately, that's not a mistake, that is the signal. Disconnection is the friction between your truth and your mask. This portal doesn't show up like light. It shows up like tension, like misalignment so loud you can't ignore it anymore, like restlessness that doesn't point anywhere, like the pressure to change something even if you don't know what yet. You'll see which path you're pulled toward by what breaks first, your plans or your mask. If your plans are falling apart, it might be because they were built from the wrong version of you, the version that played small, the version that kept quiet, the version that didn't believe they were ready. If your mask is cracking, if people start seeing parts of you you've kept hidden, don't panic. That's proof you're shifting. That's proof you're passing through. The moon doesn't care about your timeline. It cares about your alignment. This portal splits timelines, the one where you keep performing and the one where you stop, where you get real, even if that means being seen. And yes, it's scary. But the scarier path is the one that keeps you pretending. So ask yourself, what's shaking in your life right now? What's starting to fall away? That's not a loss, that's direction. Stick with me. I'll show you how to recognize the pull and how to know when you've already crossed through. Because for many of you watching this, you're already in the shift. You just haven't realized it yet. Yes, the moon affects tides. That's science. No argument there. But if you're made of nearly 70% water, why would you think you're exempt from that pull? This isn't just poetry. It's physics. The same. Lunar magnetism that moves oceans is tugging on your cells, your blood, your brain waves, magnetism, sleep cycles, hormonal pulses. It's not mystical. It's measurable. Ask anyone who's worked night shifts or tracked their sleep. The moon shifts us, whether we pay attention or not. So when your dreams get weirder, your emotions get sharper, your memory starts skipping, don't rush to fix it. Observe it. Because something is happening. Science might call it pressure. Spirit calls it testing. This week isn't random. You're not unraveling, you're recalibrating. What feels like confusion is often the space just before clarity. Think of your mind like a tuning fork. It's vibrating faster now, trying to match something it doesn't fully understand yet. That mismatch is what makes you feel off. You don't have to believe any of this. You're already feeling it. The dizziness, the déjà vu, the emotional static that seems to rise out of nowhere. And if you're wondering, why now? You'll see soon, because May 23rd is a tipping point, and I'll explain what that means next. Not in charts or complex graphs, but in raw shifts. The kind you've already noticed but couldn't explain. This isn't just a spiritual storm. It's a biological one. You're sinking to something larger than you, and your nervous system is catching up. So keep breathing. Don't rush clarity. It's coming, and when it does, you'll realize the moon never asked you to believe in it. It just asked you to feel it, and you are. Hold that thought. May 23 is closer than you think. The third week of May isn't just a calendar week. It's a window, a narrow electric space where choices ripple further than they should, where the tiniest decisions shift your next 6 months, whether you realize it or not. This isn't about fear. It's about pattern. Because during May 21st to 25th, your reactions are the result. Your triggers are showing you where the work already happened or where it still needs to. Some of you will feel called to end something, a habit, a lie, a performance. If you answer that call, you'll feel a strange calm, like something inside you just exhaled. Others will ignore it, delay it, push the voice down and say, "Not now." And that's okay too, but the drag will come, not as punishment, as correction. You'll feel like you're walking through mud. That's karmic delay. That's the result of missing your own signal. The moon isn't punishing you, it's mirroring you. What shows up this week is a reflection of how aligned you've been in silence, not on stage, not in public, in your real moments. Something you do or don't do between May 21st and 25th will become louder in July. Yes, I said July. Mark that. A shift here echoes there. Watch your own behavior. Watch what comes back around. Watch who contacts you unexpectedly or who disappears. These are not just emotional moments. They are coordinates, and if you've been feeling stuck, slow, unsure, this is the gate. Not a loud one, a quiet one, but it opens to something permanent. I'll show you what to do next to align with this, to make sure you step through instead of circling it. But first, notice this. The patterns are already starting. You're not waiting for them. You're in them. You don't have to manifest. You don't have to meditate for hours. You don't need fancy rituals or perfect timing. All you need is stillness. Stillness long enough to hear what's shifting beneath the noise. Stillness isn't silence. It's surrender. It's submitting to realignment without resistance. Don't force answers. Don't try to fix the confusion. Just feel it. Let it move through you. If you want a simple ritual, here's something to try. Sit quietly under the moonlight. Let its glow wash over you like a gentle wave. Write down what's ending in your life, what no longer serves you, what you're ready to release. Then burn that paper safely. Watch the smoke carry it away. This isn't magic, it's symbolic. It's your mind and spirit signaling that it's time to let go. Remember, the power isn't in the doing, it's in the allowing. Just be still, just feel. The rest will follow. There are forces watching how you respond right now. No, not angels, not guides, observers. They don't care about your feelings or your words. They watch frequency, your vibration, your energy. They don't intervene. They don't judge. They simply mirror what you send out. If it feels like something's watching you, that's not paranoia. It's pattern recognition. You're picking up on a deeper level of awareness, something beyond the ordinary. These watchers wait silently, tracking how you move through this shift. And here's the catch. They'll respond after the portal closes, but they only respond to the real you, the version beneath the masks and stories. So what you show now matters more than you realize. Keep this in mind as you navigate the days ahead. The Watchers are here. They see, they remember, and soon they'll act. You thought this was chaos. It's correction. You thought you were falling apart. You're being remade. You thought you were alone. But look at the comments. You're far from it. This isn't a warning. It's a wake-up call. This moon isn't ending something. It's unlocking something deep inside you. Everything you've lost lately wasn't meant to survive the version of you you're outgrowing. I told you I'd explain what's really happening. Here it is. You're remembering. Before you scroll away, be still. Let your mind breathe. Let your nervous system settle. Don't rush to act. Let this shift land inside you. If you're feeling the pull, comment 777 below. It means you're not alone in this. The Watchers are still watching, and your stillness might just be the loudest answer they hear.